Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos, emails, and links. And if there is anything that you would like to send me for a video, my email is in the description box below. So this first thing that we're going to be talking about is what happened yesterday morning, okay, in Pennsylvania. And I don't think any of you guys are going to be surprised by this, but another train derailment happened in Lower Secon Township. It's by Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and it resulted in numerous cars falling into the Lehigh River. According to Northampton authorities, there are no injuries and no leaks of any containers. They also said that there are no evacuations at this time. Okay, so if you guys live in this area, please, please, please keep an eye on what's going on, okay? Because they said at this time, but you know as well as I do, things will change. So authorities also asked the public to stay away from this site in the interest of safety and to allow first responders to focus on the task at hand. Crews are working to clean up the train derailment in Pensy that led to several cars landing in Lehigh River. I do have some photos that I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? According to the county, the train is owned by Norfolk Southern, and the company had a crew on site assessing the situation. And Norfolk Southern said in a statement that they responded to the incident near Bethlehem and appreciate the quick professional response by the local emergency agencies, and crews and contractors are developing a cleanup plan at the derailment site. Allegedly, there was a diesel spill at the Lehigh River, but it was contained. And officials at an 11 a.m. news conference said that there is a diesel fuel spill into the Lehigh River, but the spill has been contained. There were also polypropylene pellets leaking from one of the cars, but then again, they said there was no spill. But yet, contradiction, there was two. So two of the engines landed into the water, including numerous train cars that were derailed, and Ancora, A-N-C-O-R-A Holdings, which holds 2 equity stakes in the company of Norfolk Southern, called for an immediate termination of Norfolk Southern Chief Executive Officer Alan Shaw and urged an orderly reconstitution of the board. That company said in a statement following this derailment. And an investigative agency said that they will send a team of composed experts in train operations, signals and train control, and mechanical systems and human performance. Yes. So how many of those are we going to see this year? I don't know. It's like, we're just now in March, Who wants to place bets? Yeah. And now on to this one. Don't be surprised. I know. Commercial fishermen off of the coast of Alaska have found what officials are concerned could be another balloon. And they are bringing it to shore with them. And FBI agents will be meeting with the fishing vessel when it comes into port, which is expected to be sometime this weekend. And the Bureau will then transport the unknown object. Oh, give me a break. Unknown object. You know exactly what it is. So stop. To the lab in Quantico, Virginia, to be analyzed. And this has been done with the previous balloons. And the fishermen, they shared photographs, which I could not find. So if anybody knows where they are, if you could find them, that would be awesome. Of the object with law enforcement before, when they encountered them, they took pictures and everything, and they said here, and they gave it to the cops. So there's that. Yeah. So exciting. 2024 is going to be, oh my God, it's going to be so exciting. I know. So this article was sent to me by a community member, and she said, there's smoke coming out of my ears. You're not alone. So the WEF is calling on the government to ban general public from growing their own food at home by arguing that we are the cause of sea change. Yes. Oh my God, you finally figured it out, didn't you? Close. Good boy. My little boy's all grown up. So, according to so called experts behind the WEF study, researchers apparently discovered that the carbon footprint of homegrown food is destroying the planet. No, you silly goose. We're actually contributing to fresh air. Yeah, just like when we plant trees. Yeah, we're actually we're giving back to the environment. But you don't like that because you want us completely dependent on you. And because there's those of us who push back all the time, we're never going to give in to you. So knock it off. Sit down in the corner, put your dunce cap on, and shut up and don't move until I tell you to. All right? Yeah. So as a result, the WEF and the other globalists are now demanding that governments intervene and ban individuals from growing their own food in order to save the planet. So it's already starting in Pennsylvania because we talked about that yesterday. So let's see how far this is going to go. What's the trickle effect, the domino effect? I don't know. So the research indicated that the resorting in garden to table produce causes a far greater carbon footprint than conventional agricultural practices such as rural farms. Stop. You think you know everything, don't you? You know nothing. Nothing at all. So this research conducted by the WEF funded scientists at University of Michigan. Okay, stop right there. If anybody has a child that attends the University of Michigan, cut the funding and get them out and send them to another university. Yeah, they're saying that the study looked at different types of urban farms to see how much CO2 was produced when growing food. On average, a serving of food made from traditional farms creates 0.07 of CO2. 0.07. I'm dying. I'm not. So, however, the WEF funded researchers claim that the impact on the environment is almost 5 times higher at 0.34. My God, the paper's first author is Jake Hawes, and he said the most significant contributor to carbon emissions on the urban agriculture sites we studied was the infrastructure used to grow the food, from raised beds and garden sheds to pathways. We're all guilty. Oh my God, take me to jail. Off. What a joke. Klaus, you're a jack. So here's an article that was sent in by a community member. And it states that the Georgia State House passed a bill that allows for anyone suspected of being in the United States illegally to be arrested. Okay. The State House voted 97-74 to approve House Bill 1105, which would allow police to arrest anyone with probable cause who is suspected of being in the U.S. unlawfully and to detain them for deportation. Suspected? Okay, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. So even if you are here legally, if they even suspect that you are here illegally, so if you are of Latino, or even, I mean, any race, it doesn't even matter. You could be, a citizen of Europe of any descent, and you are here legally because you live here, you're married to an American, or whatever the case may be, they can still hold you. What? The bill comes after, okay, because of Lacken Riley in Athens, Georgia. She perished because of that. Oh yeah, the new word that we have to call them. They're called newcomers now. Yeah, they're not crossers anymore. They're newcomers. Yeah, no, not going to abide by this. Sorry. So if you are anything but, I mean, wait. What about Canadians? I mean, they have dual citizenship. I know a lot of my friends that are Canadian, they have dual citizenship, like they have a summer house here and whatnot, I mean, one of my really good friends, Sarah, she's originally from London, England, and she actually married an American. They have children and stuff like that. They actually have two businesses. She owns a coffee company here. Her husband owns a pawn shop and a boomstick shop, store, and stuff like that. And they, he's an American though, but they constantly go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth because her parents still live in Manchester, actually. And so, because she still has her accent, if you will, you mean to tell me that they can actually still take her and hold her until they can prove? I mean, really? This is the most stupidest thing. I mean, I guess they're just trying to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted and everything. But I mean, what has to happen? Do they have to just get simply pulled over for a traffic citation in order for them to say, well, you don't speak like me, so you know? I, I have family members that are Puerto Rican. I mean, well, they're Puerto Rican and Italian. So because they look Latin, yeah, and Italian, I mean, they look just like me, even though I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm 100% Italian, but they still have the same skin tone as me and stuff like that. Should I be worried? Because my cousins, Rocky and Tony, are part Puerto Rican, but they look, like they could be Mexican or whatever the case may be. I mean, should I be worried about them? You know what I mean? This is just this is ridiculous. What tell me what I have to do. I have to be worried about my family members now? Okay. I don't know. I'm having maybe I understand, they're trying to vet everybody that they possibly can. I get it. Okay, but don't take it out on the Americans. Don't take it out on us. Okay, just don't. Okay. Maybe I'm looking at all of this wrong. I don't know, but leave us alone. So, anyway, this was sent in by a community member. She said, "This is what we are seeing with gas prices at $2.99 a gallon. Not bad. A lot cheaper than here in Florida." And a community member sent this in. She's a singer, okay, and she's in a competition, and it's the knockout competition, and the next cut is March 7th, and it's for helpusadopt.org, and she made the first cut. So I'm so proud of you, Joni. I just know you're going to win the whole thing. I really do. And she finished first. Yeah, she finished first in the first cut. So that's really awesome, and I'm very proud of you, sweetie. I love you. So here you go. And this was sent in by a community member, and God help us all. Okay. As parents, as grandparents, as aunts and uncles in this community, this is bizarre. Okay. Um, I don't even know how to address this. But this woman, she said that her son thinks he's a cat. Yeah. Meow. Yeah. Um, and, and she said that she took her son to the doctor, to the veterinarian. Um, and the veterinarian said, well, I can't treat him because he has human anatomy. I mean, he can get in trouble. And she said, well, I'm not going to sue you or anything, because you won't see my son. Well, you can't sue a veterinarian because he's refusing to see your son. He's a human. Like, mm. Um, I understand that he wants to be treated as if, okay, but that you do that in your own house. Okay, if you want, I parents, where are you at? Help this woman. Okay. Hmm. What what have we become? Huh? I'll tell you this. In my granddaughter's classroom, in Mia's classroom, there's a little girl who identifies as a cat, and the parents had to put a litter box in the classroom for the child to use. Yeah. So, needless to say, the child no longer attends school because not because she was being bullied or anything like that, but it's because the school, you know, they could not accommodate teaching a cat, you know. So anyway, all right, take a listen. Okay, and I will see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Try to, like, if you have a mind like her. Ciao.
My son does identify as a cat, but I cannot take him to a vet because I tried that, and the veterinarian told me that because he has human anatomy, that he does not know how to work on him or diagnose him with anything, and he legally cannot. So, and while I do think that is a form of discrimination, because my son, if he says he's a cat, he is a cat, and he needs to be treated like that, like one. But I'm not going to press charges because I know that he could lose his license if he did work on my son. So I'm not gonna try to sue him or anything. So don't worry. But this is something that I want to raise awareness on because I do think that people that identify as an animal should be able to go to the vet. That's the medical attention that they're wanting. And so I really do appreciate you asking this question. I think it's an important topic that we discuss because if we don't, we're never going to make progress. And these people that identify as cats are going to have to continue going to human doctors. And I just don't think that that's fair.